is up with so many people having children, and as soon as they had these kids, or before these kids is even walking, really, they breaking up?
My dumb ass did that stupid shit. And you know what? It was a huge mistake. At that time, I was very, very masculine, right? My husband, he's my husband now. He's the father of my two kids. But when we first had our first son, I did it and I broke up with him as soon as we had our son. Our son was maybe like 2 weeks old. I did it because the reality is I was filled with so much trauma and I did not value a two-parent household because I never came from one. So I didn't care about it. I felt like the kid would be okay. Like he cool. He don't need no father. I'm the mother and the father. Wow. Being extra as hell, right? I was prepared to do everything on my own. And once you have that baby, not to mention that was both of our first babies together. So
Did you hear what she just said? She said, I'll be the father and I'll be the mom. Where have I heard that before? Yeah, that's right, from other women. But where did they learn that from? From women before them. So this is what we call generational curses. This is what we call indoctrination. This is what we call learning. This is what we call breaking down the family structure. That way the kids, your kids and the kids after you will carry on the same structure because they never saw a dad. They only saw a mom who was being a mom and a dad. Now, in this instance, as soon as she had the baby, she breaks up with the guy, feeling like she will be the dad and the mom. Like, I mean, I don't even want to blame her, but I believe it's subconscious. You know how they say when people go to jail, to prison for a long time, they call it rehabilitation, but they say people who have been to prison and then they come back to the society, they are more likely to go back to prison or to commit another crime to go back because they are used to that kind of, mindset. Their mindset has been indoctrinated. All they know is being a criminal. All they know is being in those four walls, being locked up. It's sad, man. And I can guarantee you other women think like her.
I had no idea what postpartum was. He had no idea how to deal with a woman that was going through postpartum, that was emotionally unstable and all over the place. So he just kind of was like, he was done with it. He didn't understand how to deal with it. I didn't understand what the fuck I was going through. And I threw in a towel. Not him. I threw in a towel. And I actually took his son away from him, talking about, I'm about to do all of this on my own, looking stupid as hell. And he was a good father. He is a good father. He was a good man. That's a good man, Savannah. He's a damn good father, damn good provider. And he wasn't going for that. He was not going for that, y'all. When I tell
can you imagine how many good men women leave because they're emotional or they're going through something? Rather than being, hey, talking to the guy, hey, I'm going through ABCD, how can you help me? Having that communication. They straight go to let's break up. They make the guy the bad guy. They feel like if they break up with the guy, they will feel better. But for me, this is bigger than even just postpartum because this to me is really indoctrination. Because some women go through the same, but do they just break up their families? No, they don't. They sit down, the husband finds a way to help the wife. They come together because it's not like every couple that every time the woman gives birth that she just goes through some emotional trauma and then breaks up the family. Are there women who even go crazy and delete babies? Yeah, but majority don't. But looks like in the black community, because there was no father, because she said it at the beginning. Right now she's saying it's postpartum, but in the beginning she said, in her own words, she never grew up seeing a family structure. She grew up without a father in the household. So guess what? When she has her own baby, she wants to be the father and the mom in her own words. Man, we need to do better in the community.
He told me straight up, you're not taking my son away from me. If I gotta fight you tooth and nails in the court, I don't give a damn. I will show up he wasn't like no deadbeat. I don't give a fuck about that baby. Fuck her. It wasn't like, and the only one that called me out on my bullshit was my sister. She was like, you making a huge mistake doing that. he don't deserve that. That baby don't deserve that. Hell, you don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? She was the only one that told me, sis, go back and figure it. And with time, you learn.
Now that's a good sister. That's a good sister. I think blood sister. Because I can assure you, her friends, if she told her friends, hey, he treats me bad, I'm gonna leave him, her single friends would tell her, leave him. He's the issue. You'll find another one. The grass is greener, you know. That's how they big up themselves. They never call themselves out on the bullshit. So I'm happy and I'm glad that her sister was able to show her the way and be like, hey, listen, sister, you are making a big mistake. Because that what hurts me is her decisions were not only going to affect her, but now they're going to affect the child. Because she's saying she grew up with a dad, without a dad in the household. Now she's breaking up with her husband. Now guess what? Once the kid grows up without the father in the house, what are the chances the child will do the same thing? Man or woman, boy or girl, if they grow up with without the father in the household, they are more likely to do the same thing.